Alright, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Babel, and we're bringing you the Philippines National Final, doing a bit of a solo cast today. Arctic Shadow's not going to be here. We are now going into game number 2 between Renovatio Team 1 as well as Altair Esports. The first game was just the redefinition of a stomp. And I think it's fair to say that they got stomped on really, really hard. They're going to have to reflect on the proper strategy here, which is why Altair picked Towers of Doom, boys. Because this is the battleground that you pick when you want to throw a pro team completely off balance. And you see the bans immediately. You have got the Tesla and Vikings getting banned. I like that a lot. We saw some Vikings getting played last weekend in the Malaysia finals in Towers of Doom, but unfortunately the execution was just not on point. A total of, I think, 17 deaths on the Vikings. That is really, really bad. But here, Altair is not going to give Renovatio the Vikings. And in this battleground, it looks like Towers of Doom actually have got a very separate and different draft strategy. So Rhaegar getting first pick here, it really is good. And I actually think this unlocks potential for Leeming once again on side Altair, which is actually very valuable. Sylvanas and you could say Leeming are two heroes they really want to have on your side. Zagara as well, because all three can push the lanes very, very quickly. And although this is not a battleground in which you can actually push your way to the core, but you want to make sure that you continuously get those forts on your enemy side. And even if your enemy picks the fort up, Sylvanas' power is going to come through where she just basically reclaims forts very, very fast. Jenna gonna get picked up first. Feels like a steal away from Renovatio. And more importantly, also feels like Altair has been denied Jaina in the last game, so they would really just want to prove that they know what they're doing and that they actually have got a game plan here. The next pickup should actually be more in the form of a support going in. There we have it, the Uther getting picked up. The main reason why I think it's going to be the Uther is because they want to lock in on the ETC, but they already got Rhaegar on the side for Renovatio, so it does not matter for Altair regardless. Renovatio here will be thinking of a few options. Leeming is one of them. Sylvanas is the second one. I don't see teams picking the Sylvanas so early on for one very simple reason, because there are other heroes that's very important in engagement-centric. And more engagement-centric, I mean, like we're talking about ETC, we're talking about those warriors, those picks, and here Leeming is one engagement-centric hero that you can actually pick up. Renovatio goes for that one. The next one here actually would be great if they can pick up the ETC. The reason why I say that is because you're going to deny Altair of Uther, but it's also going to be fine if you don't pick it up. If you don't want the ETC, so maybe fine. Renovatio does not want the ETC combo this time around. They're gonna go for Grey main. So a lot more of like the burst damage coming from Renovatio. The other main reason why Grey main is gonna pick up here is because it's such a huge counter against Leeming. So you really want to make sure that you picked either the Grey main or ETC. For Altair, they're deciding what they want to go for here. If they don't want the ETC, they should ban it, because that's really going to wreck the lineup. So, yep, both teams deciding that they don't want the ETC in this fight. Renovatio deciding that Zagara's also a huge threat. I like that ban a lot. I've also explained to you why it's very important to have Zagara in his battleground. The vision's insane. The push mechanic out of that hero is really insane as well. Here, Altair actually should contemplate if they want to pick up Sylvanas. Jaina, Uther are going to play here once again. I'm saying so far that Renovatio is looking like they actually got a dream draft. Oh, going for Cho'Gall, taking a page out of Relic's book. Cho'Gall's going to be fun. Also very tanky and generally just a pain to deal with in Towers of Doom because he is not easy to burst down. On the side for Renovatio, they do have two targets that can do a decent amount of damage, but it will be their Leoric pickup, and this is the problem with picking Cho'Gall. Leoric is the absolute hard counter against a Cho'Gall. Main reason why is that he has got Drain Hope. He's got, I think that Leeching, it's not Leeching Plasma, that's from Teslar. He's got, I think, Skeletal Hit or something like that. Slipped my mind. But it's the skill at level 20 that gives you 5% lifesteal per hit. That does a lot of work. So, I'm actually getting invited to parties. I'm going to have to stop that, guys. I'm not going to play games right now. Right, so that skill is actually called Spectral Leech. And Spectral Leech, in case you guys don't know what it does, is that this is actually the correct talent to pick up if you are playing Leoric regardless. I like Special Leech a lot because it just basically counters against all of the front line, especially Cho'Gall. Every hit you're gonna drain away 5% of his HP. You're gonna heal up by that amount as well. That keeps Lyric very much alive. And Muradin just has to go and make it into a peeling duty, a bit more on the utility stunts getting into play here. So that's good. Okay, once the game is ready, we'll go into game number 2. But Towers of Doom so far, the draft looks very one-sided for me. I really like Renovatio's draft here. I think Altair may actually have a plan, but 2 support, 1 Cho'Gall, 1 Jaina. This is just... I don't know, man, guys. I don't think it's going to work. I hope they prove me wrong, but the only reason why I say it's not going to work is because you got Morales and Uther, very squishy heroes, and you got Greymane that can tear the throat apart for Morales. That's not going to be good at all for the medic. Leeming on the other side is just going to do a lot of consistent damage. Now, if you're wondering what's going to be a huge counter against Cho'Gall, Lyric is there, and you also got Leeming doing like consistent burst. It could also go to its Altair's favor if Cho'Gall can just make sure that the backline is safe. Renovash's win condition is very simple: kill 1 of 2 support and then take down Cho'Gall. Very easy. For Altair, the win condition also is very simple. Just make sure the supports don't die, and that Cho'Gall boxes out 2 warriors, which is actually going to be very hard. But if he manages to do it pretty well, Cho'Gall's just not going to die. So as long as the backline's fine. Weakness here for Altair is that Jaina cannot flank. Straight out, she cannot flank because she's not going to get covered at all. There is not another body that can stand somewhere in between Cho'Gall as well as the support player. So if Jaina is going to be there in that spot, she's not going to look to anyone for support. I don't think that I think Divine Shield, if it's being bursted on Jaina, seems to be pretty okay. But if that's the case, you really would be expecting Uther to be a little bit out of position as well, which means that he could be bursted down quickly by Leeming and Greymane. And Greymane, you know, he does so much damage. Rhaegar's shields will be so good. We'll be expecting a bit of a hybrid build coming out from Renovatio, more on like the Lightning Shield slash heal build. I like the heal build a little bit better, but I think that the Lightning Shield build actually will be able to do a lot more of a consistent damage here. And plus the fact that both teams don't really have any real good push mechanic in the form of a specialist. We got Leeming, we got Greymane. Leeming is going to be the best sieger in this game, but she's going to need support. And Rhaegar's not the best early game support, so we'll have to see how this works out. Of course, Altair's plan here is just to snowball out of control straight off the bat, get that early game locked in, get that early game done, because Lyric is only a counter with Drain Hope and Spectral Leech. That's kind of far, actually, for Spectral Leech. Drain Hope can come in any time, but it could also be outplayed by Surging Fist. So I'm not going to be too worried about Lyric's positioning issue here. He's going to be okay. Cho'Gall's also going to be fine in the early game, so that's all right. Towers of Doom, guys. My newest favorite battleground. This is just basically the grimmest, saddest looking thing I've actually seen in the Nexus. And it's a bit of a contrast because it absolutely puts a question on who exactly is Babel, because he used to like all the sunshine places and now he's all grim and dark. Let's just say life happened, boys. We got on a blue team, Renovatio Team 1. Haha gonna be playing as the Muradin. VYY will be on to the Leoric. Hiskoa looks like he's gonna be playing as the Greymane. And we also got Misery Pro onto Leeming, less but not least Stronger onto Rhaegar. And on the red team, it's gonna be Altair Esports. They gotta win this one or they drop the lower bracket. And below me, it's gonna be gonna be playing as Cho'Gall, the Cho there in the Cho and Gall. And on the other side, we got Rai onto the Morales. Dread playing as Jaina, last but not least. We also got Stitch. We'll be playing as the Uther. And VYY getting in position already. Bedtime. Sounds like bedtime, but bedtime there. It's already out of position. Morales trying to keep him alive, though. A bit of a great displacement grenade. And it seems like it's not going to be enough, but his score still goes in to do a lot more damage to Morales and mana there. Of course, the heal just very much on point, but he's going to have to go home. And on this side, in the bottom lane, Renovatio, it's already getting to work here. Okay, so not going home. Bedtime opts to go for the Healing World instead. Haha, his squad also in position. They are going to try and force medic off Cho'Gall. But this is signs of, or rather reasons why Cho'Gall is so important to have a medic behind him. It's very hard to pick off the Cho'Gall. when you have Morales just behind. You just saw how aggressive he's been playing. And he's just not going down easily. Now, VYY taking a lot of damage in the top lane. Going to be very, very careful. Probably one more Blizzard. It's about 5 seconds of cooldown just now. And 2 Altas will be spawning. Altair has to pick up 1. They got that early game advantage, but it seems like they don't have the bottom keep. Or rather, they don't have the bottom towers already. The bottom right towers are already gone. A bad time with the Surging Fist in a really weird direction. Now in a lot of trouble. This will be 2 kills, and it will be enough. Cho'Gall goes down. A big mistake there by Bellomi. Should have been able to pull back right now in even more trouble. Lightning Shield picks him up, and it's 2 for, or rather, 3 for nothing exchange. Stitch gonna be very careful here. Renovatio is gonna want to pick up both of these Altas. It seems like a pretty easy choice for them. Very good timing. The Alta gonna be able to pick up 8 damage to the core of Altair Esports, and Altair is already down 8 HP up against the full 40 from Renovatio. Top lane, we got the VYY doing a bit of a damage against Jaina. Jaina looks to be pretty okay. Don't think she's going to be in any trouble at all. Ha swings by once again. And looks like Renovatio's main strategy here is just to take out those towers first, which is my favorite strategy for one simple reason. Because you don't actually cause the towers to respawn unless you take the fort. So, and even if the fort has got down, the towers don't respawn at all. So that's the thing that's good about taking those towers down. You just go into the mid game a lot easier. The transition's a lot smoother. So level 6 against level 4 here, and a bit of a damage coming already against Bad Time, the Cho'Gall. But it's going to be his Surging Fist once again, getting a little bit aggressive, are we? But not much of a damage against those players there. Seems like the Runic Blast are just not connecting as well. The Dread Up just not doing much. You're going to be able to pick up the bottom, or rather, the bottom tower in the mid lane. I'm not sure if that made sense for you guys, but it sure did for me. Jaina top lane completely out of position, and Dread looking to go down, will go down. Bit of a miscommunication coming from Altair Esports. They should be reporting who's missing in the lanes. Especially when they're one body down, you cannot afford to lose one guy, because that's going to mean free EXP loss on the top lane. Jaina's going to be able to make it back here in time, but I think she's going to lose some EXP at least. Hiskoa in the bottom lane now, just basically buying some EXP soak against Stitch. Nothing much to worry about. Now mid lane, once again, the fight's going to happen here. Rai taking a lot of damage, pulling back. Bad Time going in front, but not much of a damage out against the Muradin. The Runic Blast does go down and will connect. Rune Bomb's going to really, really be important in this fight. And those Runic Blasts, that's exactly what you want to see coming up from the Gall player. Which I actually think it's a bit of time or something like that. Let's see, who is it? Bubble Time, right, Bubble Time on Gall. And we got about 5 seconds before the Altas spawn. It looks like it's going to be 2 Altas once again. This does not look good if they get caught out here. It's a big trouble. Looks like Rai's going to go down. Mora's already gone. Pulling back his Dread on top, but there's no support for the support. And that's just the way life is. Arcane Up goes down. A lot of bursts against Dread. Now he's going to regret this big time. Magic Missiles connects beautifully. Misery Pros waiting in the shadows there like a real tiger. And we got his squad just giving chase once again, but it looks like we are already going to see the first channel going out here, and that's a lot of damage against the core. 4 damage, 28 HP now is all that's left on Altair Esports core. Bad Time does go down once again. Cho'Gall, that's going to be 2 equivalent to hero kill EXP, I think. Yep. 9 against 7, and even 4 more bombardment to the core. You just heard a crazy laughter. So we have got 40 against 24. And Altair, 2 levels down. Renovatio Team 1. Superior in rotation, superior in planning, superior in execution. There is just no way they're going to just lose the early game here, although they don't have the best draft for that in the early game. I would say that it's going to be a lot easier for Renovatio now that they hit level 10. Avatar, Disintegrate. Oh, okay. No much of the Black King. That's fine. Definitely like the Entomb a lot better, because that's going to really zone out Cho'Gall. Here we have some Displacement Grenade going down. A little bit premature, but Bad Time again with the Surging Fist now having to pull back out. Disintegrate does connect onto Mars. They just want to pick up the support in the back line. And there comes a flying Greymane. Picks up the kill. Bad Time now in a lot of trouble. His score should actually be using go for the throw the second time, because that is going to reset the cooldown regardless. And it's going to be free damage. There we go. 50 seconds. And you see that Lyric also going down the top lane. Great place there by Dread. He seems to be the only one that's winning a lane on the top side of this battleground. But the bottom right fort will also go to Renovatio. Team 1 Altair now with a bit of rotation. And trying to catch out Lyric's respawn here on top, but not going to get anything done in that instance. Also going to see 3 pumpkin heads going through. That's something that Altair did not pay attention to, and that's going to cost them 3 HP on the core. 40 against 21 right now. Bellamy on Cho has to really just get a little bit better in position. Not sure what the running blast was about, but I think they just blew a house up. Somebody call the cops, please. 10 seconds left on the Altair before it spawns out here. And Dread with the Entomb connecting on there, but there is not much of a damage, and it looks like Dread's still going to go down at the end. VYY's Entomb very much on point there. Stronger going for the Altair bedtime now in position, but the support cannot follow him inside, and Haha swings by. Great stun ball. The cleanse does come out. Bedtime now in even more trouble. Disintegrate will connect there. Looks like it is going to be go for the third that picks up the kill there. And we still have Renovatio already level 12, and Altair still only level 9. There we have. It is go for the throat. It's on cooldown right now. And you see more bombardment against the core. Altair getting outclassed really badly here. Cho'Gall just respawned 12 against 10. That's the level lead here for Renovatio. 13 now. They're gonna get a little bit extra help here with the next talent here upgrade to Burning Rage. That's all I see so far. Also gonna see the glass cannon coming out, and all of a sudden you see the steam drone going in. Haha now facing a little bit of extra damage for coming out from Bedtime, but his squad goes directly for the throat in the back line. They're still gonna go in. There's not much of a damage because they don't have go for the throat. Still on cooldown, and you can see the stun goes in, and here comes the Shadow of All. He's only gonna hit one target at his stage, and it's gonna be enough for Cho'Gall to go down at the end. Cho'Gall's already gone to mid right fort's also gonna go down. This does not look good at all for Altair. Uther's been completely greedy, trying to Hearthstone back the base at that point. Meanwhile, top lane, you see VYY escorting 3 pumpkin heads. This could be automatic bombardment if, okay, Jaina picks up the bottom right. This is good. VYY now has got a little bit of time to pick up this top right fort, and for the rest of Renovatio, all they need to do is just pick up this camp here, escort them down to the bottom area, and I think it's going to be really, really bad looking here for Altair Esports. They may be looking at 1 damage per second or 2. VYY pushing the top a little bit too early, but the mid is going to go down, so here we go. The fort roulette begins. Limi's going to be able to take the bottom area, and again, another bunch of pumpkin head's going to come out here. It's probably going to go directly to the core. Top lane, it looks like it's going to be the upheaval connecting onto Haha, but he just popped the avatar. He's going to be okay. His squad now going in directly against Morales. Morales taking a bit of a damage. A lot of bursts coming from the Grey Main, but Stronger going in with some heals now. Haha with the backup, and then the Ancestral healing connecting as well. And boom, baby. Jaina already gone from the arcade. Now with the second one, it's a double tap. More bombs coming out, but the third one does not connect. All of a sudden, you see the Divine Shield going out there, but it's not going to be enough. Bedtime in a lot of trouble with the Surging Fist. Stays alive, but they want to chase the Uther. They pick up the Uther. Can they pick the team wipe? Nope, they cannot do it. A bit of a waste. That could have been an awesome play on the side of Renovatio. 3 men down on the side for Altair. And it looks like it's a huge nightmare, because if they pick up the meat fort here, the pumpkin heads automatically going in. 3 free damage. Altair did not see that coming. The boss is available for grabs. The meat fort is also available for just for them to pick it up anytime. We got a replay ready. We're going to go and fast forward to the future technology here. The future is now. You're watching instant replay. Haha in a little bit of trouble. Look at Stronger with that heal just going in there, and the lightning shield also going out as well. Protective shield coming out, I think, was it? No, it's just a lightning shield. Okay, that's fine. And this is just 1 target being taken apart, 2 targets being taken apart by the Arcane Op. And we're actually going back to real time right now. The fight at the bottom right just happened. Bedtime in a really bad spot. Upheaval did not connect. His co-op taking a lot of damage, but Dread's the main target here. All of a sudden, Haha lands the stun bolt, will pick up the kill, and the Ancestral does go down in time. Bedtime now also gonna go down. Cho'Gall's gone. Stitch is the next and last target. It's a 5-man team wipe, if you can count 5. But 4 men going down there. Looks like this is game. Yeah, we got Renovatio in absolute disgusting dominating state against Altair. They get all 6 forts. The Raven Lord now controls the battlefield, and you see this flying bombardment once every second. It's actually pretty painful, and I just don't think there's anything Red Team can do. 6, maybe 12 seconds later, they're done. Yeah, 1 every 2 seconds. I'm counting. 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. Okay, maybe 3, 4 seconds. 4 seconds, but bomb. Dread now. Dropping a lot of HP. Nice Divine Shield, but is that going to be enough? They're losing now. The last bombardment will go through, and it looks like Renovatio will pick up the game here. Just a bit of a joke, by the way. I think I saw Pumpkinhead just go through here. So, man, absolute disgusting dominance coming from Renovatio. It's so good. This team is on another level altogether. Altair just not able to play up to expectation here. And it looks like Altair is going to go down to the lower bracket, best of 1. Renovatio Team 1 continues on in the upper bracket. We're getting an update, actually. We got a replay, not an update. Okay. Communication is 2 ways. They're going to have to learn to talk to me a little bit better. But his Koa's taking a lot of damage right here, and you can see the heals going up from Stronger. Waiting for the Ancestral. There we go. Just in the nick of time. It was on cooldown, and then it's off. They picked up 1, 2, 3 targets, and that's it. That's the game right there. Very, very dominating play. It's also because of, you could say, somewhat poor drafting. 2 supports, not the best to have in that instance, and I'm actually shining now, but the point here is that Cho'Gall against Leoric, it's been tried and tested, guys. Just doesn't work. And the fact that they played this really well with Greymane as well as Li-Ming, a lot of burst damage against the red team. There's nothing Altair could do. They only have 1 kill this entire game, and that's done by Dread on the top lane against Leoric. That's the one time Renovatio Team 1 lost a hero. Alright, we're now going for a break. We'll be back with the next series rules soon. Hope you guys enjoyed that custom coverage. This is Babel, and you're watching the Philippines National Finals. Don't go anywhere. With the Force Wall already up, level 10 just hit by Renovatio Team 2. And it's going to be the Mosh Pit. Go for the throat. There we go. Asu right now in a good position. Force Wall coming out. It seems like they're going to pick off the hammer first. The Mosh Pit will connect, and a 3-man connection. The Ring of Frost goes down as well, and the burst will go through. Reina's already done. Rhaegar's also gone. Looks like Mike Maggots will stay alive for a little bit, but not for long. And the Gilnean Cocktail, it's a shotgun blast to the head. It's a kill. We count it as a takedown regardless. 4 men down on the side of CLG.